Okay. Hello, everybody. Today is the last day, last movement that we're going to learn in the second section. I'm filling in for Nancy today, and we'll have another couple weeks of review, and that will be done by Cheryl. And I'm supposed to wait? I don't know. I got Nancy telling me things. And and then we'll start over. Okay. Basically, we'll start over from the beginning again, a movement at a time. I'm not exactly sure the exact format, but basically this class will keep going. Cheryl will be doing it, and then there will be a practice of this second section on another day. Is that Thursday, Nancy? On Fridays for practice. The practice. What, Nancy?
With Pierre.
With Pierre. Okay. All right. So let's practice from the beginning of the second section, and we'll go to like almost the end. All right. Prepare. No. Cross hands. Embrace the tiger. Return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist under elbow. Step back. Repulse monkey. 1, 2, 3. Diagonal flying. Raise hands. Step forward. White crane. Spread the wings. Left knee brush. And push. Needle at the C bottom. And through the back. Turn. Chop with fist. Oops. Parry, block, and punch. Step forward. Grasping the bird's tail. Forward off left. Pull back. Press. Push. Single whip. Cloud hands. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, single whip. high pat horse. Separation kicks. One. Two. Turn right, turn around, and heel kick. Left knee brush. Right knee brush. Step forward and punch down. Punch to the knee. Turn and chop with fist. Parry, block, and punch. Right heel kick. Striking tigers. One. Two. Turn and right heel kick. Boxing opponent's ears. Left heel kick. Turn right and right heel kick. Oops. Oh, that's it, right? Okay. Okay, so anybody have any questions on any of the movements that we can answer before we go on? We'll, I guess we'll review last week's movement anyway, which is turn around and right heel kick. No? Okay, so just review last week's movement from left heel kick. Left heel kick. Okay, so we want to point our foot to 3 o'clock and feel a little bit like winding up to the counterclockwise direction. So from here, bring your, I guess, your left hip back some, okay, and point back, and then swing and spin around. And then you end up on your left foot. Then drop your right hand and bring it up by your elbow, and stand up and be looking in the kicking direction and kick.
Mike, for some reason, I'm not getting enough momentum to go around. I'm doing something wrong. I'm just not getting enough momentum.
Yes, it's not that easy. So what you could do to play around is you could, for instance, to go the other direction. Just what is it, Nancy?
It's back.
Turn this to the left.
Okay.
I should take my socks off. All they do is like make it harder for me.
You do pretty good on the carpet.
It's kind of cushiony carpet. It's hard to balance even on. So anyway, so with socks though on a wood floor, this is pretty easy. So just kind of like spin a little bit. That's to the left. Okay, to the right, we're going to go on the ball of the right foot. So to the right, you can feel like just something like that. Just a little bit of, so, just play around with how to spin on your heel to the left or on the ball to the right. Ball by itself, not doing the form.
Okay.
The form, put it together, try to put it together. But you need it, your body has to understand, it better. So just, we're like this, and then we just kind of go, and we don't go, it'd be easier to do this. It would be easier to like turn the whole body to the left, and then everything go to the right. That would be easier. But all we can really do, we're not allowed to move the upper body's already kind of to the right. So we'll move the leg back, and then try swinging the hip. Swing your hip. So bring your hip back, then turn your hip. So basically, the turning is happening in your right hip. You feel it? So from here, you're pivoting on the right hip. Okay? So if all I did was turn around, just my foot behind, if I'm standing on my right leg more, but I'm touching the back, and then I spin a little bit, like not all the way around, halfway around. Just turn your hip, and your leg is going forward. Your leg's pointing back, now your leg is in front. And then try to put a little bit of more energy on it, and pick up your heel and try to spin a little bit.
Mike?
Yes?
Marion, does it matter if you land on your toe or any part of your left foot, or are you aiming
You should land for this one. The way I teach it, a little bit different maybe than we talked about before. And this movement is kind of like stepping around. So I think Nancy had an alternative way to do it if you couldn't spin. And that was something like sort of like step, 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 okay? Something like that. Just keep turning your body, keeps turning, and then just move your feet along with it. So if I have my foot back, kind of like this, I could go step, then step on the left, and step on the right, and then step on the left. It's just kind of stepping around. So with the spin in it, then it would be like this. If I didn't stand up, sorry. Just kind of like turning and step. Just taking a step. A step with a little spin. Okay?
So it doesn't matter whether we step first on the heel or the toe in the left foot when we finally do the spin. That doesn't.
Well, usually.
For stability,
Usually, if we're stepping forward, we try to land on the heel. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And if we step back, we land on the ball. So that's the usual thing. At the beginning, I don't know if you're having trouble with it, but if you're having trouble spinning, then don't worry about where you land. Land on anything, okay? But when you can do the spinning part and you have a choice of where to land, you can choose to land on the heel, land on the ball. Here's another. Well, anyway. So the thing is, if you're stepping, one way to step is say it a little bit cheating way is if I spun around and I land on the ball because I can't get all the way around. Land on the ball, then I can still go like this and turn on both balls and get my foot pointed to the corner and stand up. So if I'm not spinning all the way around, then I often will like reach out with the ball and then turn on both balls to kind of be in the right direction.
Well,
I'm leading everybody.
I can usually get around the turn half the time. I get a little tippy, but what I am finding is that my left foot is either parallel or above my right foot, beyond my right foot, and I think that it's supposed to be the opposite, correct?
So you're saying when you spin around, your left foot is more forward?
Yeah, I think I'm
really?
going
too far back. So more back.
Yeah. So when you do the kick, are you kicking at 9 o'clock, or are you kicking to the corner? Or no, what is that? Yeah, 9 o'clock or.
What direction are we going to see this way?
9 o'clock.
This way. All right. Yes. No. We're kicking straight direction.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, so you have the opposite problem. You can spin plenty. You can spin plenty. That's good.
I can spin, but I can't always keep my balance, you know, so I land unevenly on my left foot. That's why I was wondering, you know.
Yeah, so for me, the first part, I'm still not good at this one, is to try to get enough energy to spin around, and then and keep your balance, of course. And so you just spin yourself around and fall over. Don't do that. Okay.
Thanks.
So you just need to dial it back a little bit. That's you're ahead of everyone, I think.
Oh, well, falling over myself, but thank you.
Okay. Any other questions on the turn around and kick? Turn body and...
Yeah, Mike?
Yes. Donna?
On, with the arms, I notice when I'm done, I just close them up. Is it supposed to be a scoop or?
Yes, you're supposed to, so when you spin around, let's say we kick, so our arms are like this, right? Kick.
Right.
Then I'm going to turn them both a little bit to the counterclockwise. And then I'm going to spin around and I'm going to try to keep that shape. Okay?
Right.
Then I want my right hand to go down and up. Okay?
Down and up. Okay.
Down and up. So yeah, like the scooping, like step forward, grasping the bird's tail, down, down and up. Okay? So this.
Okay. Thank you.
It's okay. All right, so down and up. It's also similar to this one after striking the tiger. Turn, connect, and then this one goes down and up. All right, so the meaning of the down and up is that you connect to them with this arm, then you come and connect them with the other arm. Then you can take the left arm away. You can pull them or grab them with this arm. So you need to get under their arm to be able to do that. You can't just come across. We do that in the toe kicks, the separation kicks. Right? We're like this, and then we just come across. But that's the only place we do that. Everywhere else, basically, we're going to go down and up. Almost everywhere else. Okay, anybody else? Yeah, so to me, the spins are hard, physically hard to do because you have to get a lot of coordination to do it. So in the class, we can't get there to do it in the class. You have to keep working on it. And I'm still working on it because I'm not good at it yet. So.
Mike?
Yes?
I have a question about the arms. So when we first start, we've just done our kick.
Yeah.
And then do both hands kind of rotate? So one is facing a little bit back and the other one is getting ready to go into a ward-off position?
All right, so you kick, and then you go and you turn. They both turn
Okay.
counterclockwise.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to do it? You guys want to do it a couple times? Do it 3 times on your own. We'll watch you.
From where?
From after a kick, standing up with your arms like this. Okay. Then put your left leg back, and then spin around. And then right heel kick. Okay. So after you do it again. Okay. Turn to the right, right? Okay. Turn to your right. Go clockwise. So put your left leg back and turn around to clockwise direction, and then stand up and kick. Oh, I'm looking in a mirror. Maybe I can't tell. Is that a mirror?
When you're done watching, can you do it once or twice again yourself so I can model you?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so after kicking, then bend your knee a little bit, reach back, spin around. Oops. Yeah, don't model that one. And then shift to the left, stand up, heel kick. Again, let's try it again. Reach back, turn, right hand comes down, stand up, heel kick.
I was trying to bring my right foot all the way around, but really the right foot is only going about 180 degrees, isn't it? Is it?
The right foot points to the corner, and when you spin around, it points. For me, maybe it's not all the way around, but it points over here to the left. It's not going 360. Well,
Yeah.
it's going about 3/4 of the circle,
Yeah.
and then I can pick it up.
Okay. Thank you.
But you know, the direction of your left heel kick is 9 o'clock, and when you spin around, then you kick again, and it's 9 o'clock. But your body was pointing to this corner, and now it's pointed to this corner. So your body only does 3/4 of a circle. Your focus direction is the same, 360-degree circle. Okay. Okay, everybody? All right, so no other questions, we'll go on. All right. This is the last new thing, and it's really a different transition into a thing we know how to do already. So that makes it easy. So that today's the easiest day. We say the easiest day for last. After you've done a right heel kick, okay. So you're like this. Then we're gonna sit and step one line, two sides towards 9 o'clock with your toe open to the corner. The upper body's not gonna move. Then we're gonna shift onto the right foot. Bend your left elbow, turn your right palm up. Get all your weight on the right foot. Okay? Then push forward and step, bring your hand to your hip, make your fist. Then punch. Parry, block, and punch. So for parry, block, and punch, usually what we do is we do parry on the left, parry to the right, basically, block, and bring it to your hip and punch. So we're not going to have the left circle, but we're still going to have this parry and block together and punch. So it is parry, block, and punch. All the other ones we do are basically parry, parry, block, and punch. Okay? So let's try it again. So from here, so the footwork, clear for the footwork. We're already in the second section. Everybody can follow that, I think. So we're standing on one leg, kicking. We sit and step one line, two sides. We go all the way forward, step for bow stance. This is the standard footwork, except for we're standing up for parry, block, and punch. All right, right foot, then left foot, bow stance. Taking 2 steps. Okay, forward. All right, the hands, the timing is the only thing, because the hands are still easy. So stand up, sit and step. When you go forward, bring your left hand in front of your shoulder, turn your right palm up. Then when you step, push out, make your fist. Make your fist on the way to your hip. Then punch. After you get to this point with your hand on your hip and you're stepped out like this, then it's just the same. Punch. Okay, as before. Okay, all right, I'll do it again. Here. Oops. Step. Shift forward, bring your left hand in front of your shoulder. Block. Punch. Make sure when you do it, show us this direction. You won't see the feet, I guess. Sit and step. Go forward, palm up. When you bring it to your hip, make your fist and make your arm in a curve, okay? And so here's the top of my hip, and maybe my bottom of my hip is here. So I want you to have this circle and put it by your hip, make a fist, okay? So don't try to put the top of your hip and bend it too much, bend your elbow too much. 90 degrees is not bent, okay? So, I mean, it's too bent. So it needs to be open and then by your hip. And then from there, punch. Okay, so easy. Let's see you do it. So start with your standing up after you've done a right heel kick. Okay. Step, sit and step, one line, two sides. With shifting, bend your left elbow. With shifting onto the right foot. Then step and push out. And punch. Okay. Okay, again. Okay, go. Sit and step. With shifting, bend your elbow. Then step and push out. And punch. Okay. Again. Okay. Step. Shift and bend your elbow. Turn your palm up. Push out and step. Punch. All right. Okay. Nancy, what do you have to say, Nancy? Just say it. It's just, okay. Okay. Any questions on it? Is it pretty easy? The feeling I want you to have for parry blocking punch, in all of them really, all the parry blocking punch stuff, is, like for instance, if I did this other one with my left foot forward, back and turn, the first one. Then they both go down, and I'm stepping, and then I'm shifting, and then I'm stepping. I want to feel my left arm and my left leg together come out. Left side, right side, okay? Most of the movements, we don't really do that way. So this one and also the first and third fairly work shuttles. Left side, right side, okay? We don't usually do it. Usually this opposite leg is going with the arm. Like the knee brush. The left, you go into the left and you strike with the right. Often we're doing both sides. Kind of one is doing one side and the other. The foot's doing one side and the hands are doing the other side. But here they both go together. Left, right. Okay.
So you gather your fist when you pull back your arm, right?
That's on your way to the hip.
On your way in. And as your arm goes out, the fist comes back and gathers and goes back. But it's not, you don't start with the ball to block in the first place, so you're just skipping that part. And then
Right.
Okay.
Right. So that's what we have, through the second section is in a lot of different parts, our hands are open or then they're closed or one's open, one's closed. For the kicks, we're doing that different ways. And here, parry block and punch, we have our hand open. We have to make the fist as we pull it to our hip. So, through the form, we have the same movement done maybe 2 or 3 times, and then some little difference, right? So that little difference is the focus of that part, kind of.
What is that move? What's this move called?
Parry block and punch.
Oh, okay.
Right. So we do that all the time. We do that in a bunch of different ways. The first time, I'll just go through it really fast because I have some time. So from here, the very first one is like this: back and turn, and then we take 2 steps forward. And here, step and punch, parry block and punch. But usually, we do it like this from turn and chop with fist. We do this like 3 times. Parry, and you have here you have a fist. Parry, block, parry, block, and punch. Okay, so the first direction here, you start with your right foot forward. You know, so before we started with our left foot forward, back and turn, and then we take 2 steps. And for this one, we start with our right foot forward, and we shift back, and our right foot's already forward, so we bring it back and step out with it again. Okay, that's the difference between the way we do it 3 times in this way, and then the time that we do it at the beginning of the form. And then this time, we're standing up, which is something different. So then you have to step, right? Because you're up, you have to go down. And then we need to get to this point, basically. So our hand's already open. Our hand's open instead of in a fist. We need to get our hand in front of our shoulder. So we step. Then when we shift forward, we turn the palm up, and now instead of like this, instead of like this, we're more like this. And then, okay, so it's just the little transitions to get into the movement are just a little bit different from the initial conditions. And after you practice it a lot, hopefully we have a lot of it all through the form, then you know you can do it with your hand open. You can do this one with your fist. It shouldn't make a difference if one hand's open or not. You know, it should all feel the same to you.
So Mike, when you put your arm out, when you reach your arm out, are you reaching it to the center of your body ahead of you, or is it straight from your shoulder?
The block is straight in front of your shoulder.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we don't do the center line very often. For the raised hands, but we turn, then we both hands are in the center line. For for handstrum dilute, both hands are in the center line. But usually the striking hand, this is not striking, really, but it's straight from your shoulder. That's like the strongest, right? Otherwise it'd be in an angle. So in a bow stance, it would be usually straight from your shoulder. Step back repulse monkey also, it's straight out from your shoulder, not to the center.
Can you
so
show us?
Straight out from your shoulder.
Can you show us the move one more time?
Okay, I'll do it facing the camera this time, so that everybody can have a lot of different views of it. So from here, here, step, sit and step. 2, shift and turn your palm up and bring your hand in front of your shoulder. 3, step and block and bring your hand to your hip, make a fist. And 4, punch.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
So your first step is more of an empty step as opposed to a
yes,
bow
it's one
step.
line, 2 sides, like the empty stance. Only your foot is open to the corner.
Right, okay.
Like empty, so it's the same place you would step for empty stance, but it's turned and open to the corner.
Right, okay, thank you.
Right, our transitional steps, I'll tell you that when Nancy and I learned this form, we learned it from a teacher that didn't do it exactly this way. And so we didn't have the idea of stepping 1 line, 2 sides. And so we did step something like, I'll do the very first one. Like it'd be like back and turn and then paired like a punch. We would step like over here, wide. And then it looked like we were shifting to the right side. Instead it felt like we were blocking here and then, so it was different. We didn't have the 1 line, 2 sides for some reason when we learned it. But you know, 1 line, 2 sides is more basic than stepping out for bow stance. So just stepping, when you just walk, you're kind of walking 1 line, 2 sides anyway, right? Just kind of step straight forward, maybe a little less than hip width apart. That's more standard. So that's a more natural way to do it. So yeah, it should just feel natural.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, well let's put these couple movements together then. Let's see. We'll do it from boxing opponent's ears. Okay, from here. Left heel kick. Open your arms, turn them. Now you're going to stand up when your hands go up and open your hands and heel kick. Then point your leg back, turn your left palm up, turn around, spin around, oops. Shift back and drop your right hand, looking in the kicking direction now. Stand up and heel kick. Then step, 2, shift and bring your left hand in front and turn your right palm up. 3, step and block and make your fist. 4, punch. One more time. Okay. From boxing opponent's ears. Left heel kick. Circle out to the sides and then here. And now I got all my weight on my right foot. Open my hands as I stand up and kick. Heel kick. Point my leg back and turn my left palm up. Spin around. Circle down your right hand. Stand up and heel kick. Then step. Bend your left elbow as you shift to the right. Now you're ready to step. Block and make your fist. Punch. Okay. Got it? Who does not have it? Who does not have it? Wave.
I'm good.
Nobody ever has it? Great.
Hey, Mike, could you clarify the just the hand position? Is it in the block? Is it a strike position or is it a push position? Or because we're calling it a block, how should I be thinking about the contact point?
Yeah, my understanding, you can look at Master Young's video online, but my understanding of this is more that, you know, when somebody's punching you, punch. So I turn to the left with my right hand, make my shoulder come out, right? We want to use our body. So people use their body, punch, 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 like that, okay? So when you parry, they're punching with their right hand, you parry it. Their right arm is now, their right shoulder is forward. Then they go to punch, then you go like this and come in the front. Then they punch you with the left hand, you follow it down and parry it. Parry means just contact it and just follow it away, you know, make it not hit you, right? Not push it away, just touch it and follow it to the side, okay? So deflect it. But when you deflect it, they're turning and their right shoulder is going back because they're punching you this way. So their right shoulder is going back. You reach out for their shoulder. Now they're like this, and you touch their shoulder. Now they can't punch you because just because you're touching them there, and they can't make the energy come out, basically. So it's a empty full kind of thing. It needs to be, it's empty, and then they need to make it full to punch you. So what you do is you touch it and make it kind of full already, and now they can't do anything with it, basically. Okay, so that's the block. The block is Nancy says use your palm. Okay. Anyway, so the blocking is not to push them out of the way or knock them out of the way. It's more like putting a cover on something and just stop it from coming out. At least for this way of describing it. Okay. So
Thank you.
So we're not really. So the energy isn't very much coming out. You just have to almost touch them. Is about all you have to do. Just reach out and touch them with your palm, and that might be enough. Okay. I can't use Nancy for anything today to show it, but so just cap it off, and then But still, if they were able to punch you, so say you reach out and their arm is coming, maybe their arm instead of their shoulder. So their arm is there and they still try to punch you. Then the left hand, this is a first section thing, right? The left hand could deflect it up a little bit and you could punch under it. Or they could punch, maybe you could make it go down a little bit and you could punch over it. Okay? So that's what the left hand is doing. It's connected to them, and then if you can stop them, then that's the best, okay? And they can't do anything. But if they're already starting, then you have to follow them. If they've already started to punch, then you need to follow. And so you follow it, but you can deflect it out of the way a little bit, and you can still punch them. So that's the meaning of the two parts, the blocking and then the part, why does it come back in? Why isn't it just out and then you just punch alongside of it? Because it's still doing something. It's doing this or it's doing that.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? No? The whole what part? Oh, yes, okay. All right, so we'll get to the end of the second section then. That's a good idea. Today's the end of the second section. All right, so after we do a parry, block, and punch, then it's just like the end of the first section. So from here, apparent close, ready? Apparent closing up. Heel forward, passing palm, withdraw your right hand, push. Then cross hands to the corner direction. Don't stop there though. Keep circling. And step. And two hands lift up as you shift to equal weight on your 2 feet. Okay? So let's do it one more time. Oh, wait. Okay. So let's do it from boxing opponent's ears to the end. All right. Left heel kick. Big circle. Standing up. And heel kick. Then turn. And right heel kick. Then parry, block, and punch. Apparent closing up. Cross hands. Okay, so that's the end of the second section. That's the end of all 3 sections now. The 1 and 3 have already finished in our classes, and that's the end of the second section. So now we've gone through the whole form, and all the videos will be online. And we've already started over again on 1 and 3. Start over, right? 1 and 3, and then in a couple weeks we'll restart the second section. We'll have a couple weeks of review of the second section with Cheryl. Anything else, Nancy? Okay, is that it for everybody? Everybody happy?
Happy.
Happy, all right. All right, so we'll stop here then.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Have a good.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.